Hello, everyone. I'm David Elizaga, CFO at eDreams ODIGEO, and we'll take you through our results highlights for our third quarter for fiscal year 2024 results presentation for the 9 months ending on the 31st of December of 2023. Our Prime model continues to be super successful, with our results speaking for themselves. Once again, profit margin and profit are up significantly due to the strong Prime subscriber growth. Prime members are up 38%. We have achieved record-breaking revenues and a remarkable 54% growth in Cash EBITDA over the last 12 months. In addition, Cash EBITDA margin further improved 5 percentage points versus the first 9 months of fiscal 23. Consequently, our Cash EBITDA margin improved from 12.5% in last year to 17.5% in this year. Our free cash flow, excluding non-Prime working capital, more than doubled from 20 million euros in fiscal 23 to 41 million euros over the 12 months ending last December. For fiscal 24, we anticipate further growth in Prime membership to end the financial year 2024 between 5.75 and 5.9 million members, and a range of Cash EBITDA between 120 and 122 million euros, closing in on our self-set guidance. We are on target to meet our self-set targets for fiscal 25, and in light of our ongoing growth and reconfirmation of our fiscal 25 guidance, we are pleased to announce a share repurchase plan of 5.5 million shares up to 50 million euros. I will now take you through some of the KPIs of the Prime model and financial results in more detail. Looking at the evolution of our Prime subscribers, the main driver of the business, as expected, with the third fiscal quarter being the lowest in travel demand for the year, net adds were lower than the previous quarter. However, the run rate required for the next 5 quarters remains in line with that achieved in the past 4 quarters. In the last 12 months, we have grown the Prime member base by 38%. Moving now to our profitability. Profit margins were up significantly due to the growing maturity of Prime members, resulting in strong improvements in profitability during the last fiscal year. In the third quarter of fiscal 24, cash margin or profit margin in our Prime segment improved by 7 percentage points to 38% on a 12-month basis from 31% in December of 22. Cash EBITDA also improved substantially by 6 percentage points from 11.6% in the third quarter of fiscal 23 to 17.3% now on a 12-month basis. Let me remind you that when looking at Prime versus non-Prime, we still think it makes more sense to look at our business on a last 12-month basis, as Prime is an annual subscription business and seasonality impacts the pattern of net adds in a particular quarter. The non-Prime part is also influenced by seasonality patterns. Our KPIs reported this quarter show strong growth and significant marginal profit uplift as maturity of Prime members increases. We have reached, in the last 12 months, a 58% share of cash revenue margin and 71% share of cash marginal profit being delivered from Prime members versus 44% and 56% a year ago. We are increasingly more of a subscription-led business. As we now have a much larger proportion of our Prime members in the second and subsequent years of membership cohort, the level of profitability of Prime continually improves. Let me now move to the main highlights of our P&L. In the first 9 months of fiscal 24, we delivered strong growth in Cash EBITDA and substantial improvements in margin as Prime membership maturity increases. Looking at the first 9 months of fiscal 24, already 62% and 78% of our cash revenue margin and cash marginal profit, respectively, are now from Prime members. This is higher than the 58 and 71 we saw previously for the last 12 months, marking a positive tendency. We are every quarter more of a subscription business. In the 9 months of fiscal 24, we delivered solid growth in cash revenue margin, increasing 10% versus the same period of last year. This was achieved following the continual successful expansion of the Prime member base. Cash revenue margin for Prime rose by 51%, resulting from 38% growth of Prime members, and as expected, because Prime ARPU, as anticipated and guided, increased to 79.5 euros per member, converging towards a target of 80 euros per member. ARPU is rising because of the increased usage of the program and value per member. This also results in increased revenue margin because there is an increasing amount of the ARPU being recognized in the income statement. Cash marginal profit and cash EBITDA improved 38% and 54%, respectively, between the first 9 months of fiscal 23 and the same period of fiscal 24. As guided, the maturity of Prime members is a key driver for profitability, and significant and constant membership growth has resulted in sharp profitability improvements as increasing numbers renew their memberships. Cash marginal profit increased 6 percentage points, from 25% in the first 9 months of fiscal 23 to 31% in the first 9 months of fiscal 24. Cash EBITDA margin in the first 9 months of 24 also achieved very substantial improvement and stood at 17% versus 12% in the first half of fiscal 23. That's a 5 percentage points advance. Cash EBITDA was up 54% year on year to 88.6 million euros, which compares to 57.4 million euros in the first 9 months of fiscal 23. More than 2 years on from the November 2021 Capital Markets Day, the business has been transformed, and we have made significant progress towards our goals. We have completed almost 2/3 of the journey towards our initial target date in March 2025. On the Prime member side, we have achieved 67% of our fiscal 25 target with 5.4 million members, and on Cash EBITDA, we have achieved 64%. We are absolutely on track to meet our guidance of fiscal 25 and have momentum. Beyond this, we are far stronger with a unique and highly valued customer proposition with a far more stable business that is now a subscription instead of a transaction. Let me conclude with some remarks reminding everyone the 8 reasons why we think eDreams ODIGEO, or eDO, as we call ourselves internally, is a great value proposition for our existing and potential new shareholders. eDO is a global leader in travel subscription through technology and artificial intelligence. eDO has been very successful capturing new customers through the Prime program. Within travel, eDO is the global flight leader, excluding China. We are in pole position in an attractive market, the leisure travel market. eDO is unique in terms of profitability and growth. We are a recognized leader in artificial intelligence in Europe, always being a step ahead. We are well-positioned, well-financed, and on track to meet our self-set fiscal 25 targets. And from fiscal 25 onwards, we have strong fundamental growth potential. Thank you very much for your attention and interest in eDreams ODIGEO.